Alright guys, welcome back to the series. This is going to be the last video in this series for you guys, just to cover like getting started in bug bounty and web hacking. Like I said, all this completely free. If you haven't seen the previous 4 videos, be sure to go check those out. Give likes, shares, subscribe to the channel if you're interested in ethical hacking and IT. So you'll notice on this website, again, I'll drop the link down below for you guys to be able to get here. You'll see that we can't click Start Lab. Grayed out. You'll see it's classified, redacted, this lab is locked, or is it? So using the skills that you've learned from the other 4 videos, we should be able to get into this and be able to start this lab. So let's go ahead and we're going to do an inspect. And you'll notice that it's disabled like we've seen in one of the other videos. So if we double click in here, take out that word disabled, hit enter, you'll see now that we have the button to click Start Lab. So we'll go ahead and click Start Lab. And the question it says is, what is the password for user ID 100? It says you've learned about IDOR, broken access control, XSS, and CSRF. Now put your skills together. Use what you learned in the previous labs to find the password for the user with ID 100. So you'll notice when we were doing the IDOR challenge, we logged in, it gave us credentials. We were like number 7 or 8, I can't remember which now, but we could manipulate that ID number. So then we could therefore see the information of that particular user. So let's pull that lab back up. We'll change our user ID to 100 to see which lab, or to see which user we find and kind of what their account information has to show us. So let's do labs. Let's do this IDOR. We'll start the lab again. Open it up. Generated credentials, and you'll see this time it gave us user ID of 4. So let's change this to 100. Click enter. And you see that now this user is admin root. Their role is the super admin. You'll see we have password, which is just a bunch of dots. Let's click on this. We'll do inspect. And you'll see here it is all dots as well. So sometimes in HTML you'll see that the descriptor style that they'll have password, which will cause it to be grayed out so you can't see the password. Sometimes you can take that out and it will actually show you what the password is. It'll reveal it right in the developer tools. I've seen this maybe once or twice. It's pretty rare. They're pretty good about keeping that under wraps so don't just give people's passwords away in like plain text. So it does happen, but it's, like I said, it's pretty rare to find that. Unless the developer just was in a rush, didn't catch it, or maybe they're not the best developer. So let's go to our network tab. Because you can see here, it's just a bunch of dots. We don't have anything to reveal this password, and we know it's not just a bunch of dots. That's the password. So they've done that to mask it so that we can't see the password. But if we go to network, and let's do a refresh. And we're looking for user ID. Let's see what we have there. No, not there. So let's look at response. Here we go. So if you click on the response of what was sent across, you'll see we have first name admin, last name is root, super admin phone, and you'll see the password right here in plain text. This is from the response that was received. So we can copy this. And let's go back and launch the other lab of the last one that we were on. Let's do start lab here. Let's try that password that we found. Click submit. Boom. Challenge is complete. We found the password for the user ID of 100. So pretty simple. Once you go to that URL, you can do that. Sometimes you can copy the URL that is here. Let's see if we have copy URL. You can paste that in sometimes and look at that. It gives you the same information that we just had. Password is here, the join date. So pretty much the same, but we can see it in our developer tools that is here as far as the response. If you double click, it will also open the URL to the same for us as well. So it's just one way of finding it. Another thing you can do too is if you wanted to look at another user, you could change this ID here. Let's say, I don't know, 9 if there's a user there. Ivy Miller. Is it this one? Nope, that's the IDOR one. So we want to look at the view user ID 9 that was sent, and we now have the password for that other user as well. You could do this for every user in this and find every one of their passwords that would pull. So just a simple way to find that. It's not always this easy, but sometimes things happen. It would be a very good bug bounty reward if you do find this. But guys, that completes this series. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, if you haven't seen the other videos, be sure to go check those out as well. Lots of good information to get you started in bug bounty learning. And like always, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share these videos.